Karibu sana kwenye Football Fans Clan. Hii ndio channel ya pekee hapa Kenya ambayo unaweza pata maoni ya mashabiki wa mpira. Kama wewe ni mgeni, tafadhali usisahau kusubscribe. Na ninakushukuru sana kwa kutazama. Fulham has continues with their 100% winning rate of 2023. Beating Chelsea 2-1. Troubled Chelsea. You've watched the game. What's your take?
Number one, it was a derby. These are teams that come from almost the same environment, the same locality. And looking at it, it was expected that the bragging, something will play out, like the bragging rights, who is better than who. But be it as it is, Chelsea as a team, I think they've performed dismally. They are not, they don't have just the ambition to win these games. It's like the losses and whatever is going around, the problems, Chelsea problems continue to haunt them. And I don't know when they are going to rectify this.
Yes.
Because now you can't even tell if the manager is the problem or the players are the problems. Worst even is you bring in a new signing, you've signed just a player with a lot of money. Though he has done his part, he came in, he has had like almost 7 shots, he has been very aggressive on the pitch.
Yes.
But now he does a stupid thing. A stupid thing that probably you can say it has cost the team, because they had to be reduced to 10 people, 10 men against an industrious Chelsea, an industrious Fulham. So it did complicate things for Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay. Talk about Chelsea defending.
It's not really about Chelsea defending for me, because I think the Chelsea defense is more exposed. It's more exposed, especially with the defensive midfielders. They're not just doing their work. They are really exposing the defense. And you look at Koulibaly and Thiago Silva, these are guys who's they are not like they're not young enough to do some of these reactions. So you look at it, you look at a person like Kovacic, Chalobah, they are too slow. Too slow. They're not cutting off these balls. They're allowing these balls to come in between the defenders. Now, Koulibaly chasing it, or Silva, and they still had a young boy in Hull. Of course, I'll talk about him. So I think Kovacic, Chalobah, and probably Zakaria, they were not doing their work properly. They really exposed the defense. They were only effective going forward. And again, they could not get they were not even effective enough to the third half. They were just effective with the ball in the second half of the pitch, but not effective in the third half of the pitch. Now the defense was exposed, very much exposed, so you can't expect. In fact, you look at Zibliqueta, the only guy who has played very well in that defense. You look at Koulibaly. The young boy passes the ball to him. He makes a run. Instead of Koulibaly passing the ball back to him, he plays a certain pass that is that goes against them. The opponents picks the ball. So the ball keeps coming back, and they cannot sustain the pressure as it is. Looking at this goal that Vinicius has scored, again, you look at what Kepa did when they were playing against Manchester City. Just the same thing. You are off the goal line. The ball is coming, it's 50-50. The reason why you're off the goal line, it means you have to commit for the ball. You have to go for the ball, because you have the advantage of the hands, you have the advantage of the height, and everything, you're also protected. So you just have to go for the ball. The reason why he goes for the ball and comes back, you can't even tell. That's a blunder. That's a mistake. You look at it. So I think Kepa, in the last 2 games against Manchester City and again today, he has done some silly mistakes, some silly goalkeeping mistakes that at least Chelsea have led to Chelsea losing the match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the Fulham's first goal scorer. That's Willian. He's a former Arsenal player. Talk about his game in today's match.
Not just a former Arsenal player, he's also a former Chelsea player.
Yes.
He's also a former Chelsea player, and where he played very well, it was Chelsea. While he was playing for Chelsea, in Arsenal he didn't do so much that we could it can be talked about. But be it as it is, I think he played his part. You look at how he scored the goal and the way he was the way he was playing against the Fulham defenders, the Chelsea defenders. He could pull, you could see Chaloba coming over there, as the Pliqueta is also around there. Then he cuts in, and he creates that space. So I also think that he had a very good game today, and of course he scored. The timing and how he scored was very excellent. That is being brilliant. You look at Joao Felix, had almost the same chance, same ball, almost in the same space. He could not even score. He could not go for the far post. Look at Willian compared to Joao Felix. Willian, same position. Joao Felix, same position. He decided to go for the narrow space. Willian, same position. He just go for the far post. And of course, knowing that even getting the ball past defenders, playing it into the defenders' legs, it can still be a goal. It can be a deflection, it's a counted goal. Very brilliant compared to even the new Chelsea signing, Joao Felix. Yeah.
This was just the first derby of the two for Chelsea in this week. They face Crystal Palace, another derby on Sunday. Maybe what do you think the coach should do? Maybe to salvage his job.
Potter is now beyond salvaging his job. Yeah. I think it's just a matter of time. I think he's having excuses of having so many injuries. Now he has almost 12 players with the injuries, and I think that's the thing that is keeping him at Chelsea. But as it is, still he has a squad that can beat a team like Fulham. He has a squad that can beat a team like Crystal Palace. It's just getting it tactically correct. He has technically gifted players, even on the bench. He has the likes of these guys he has brought in, Chikweze. He has ZH. He has this other guy who was brought in. Who is this guy? Though Kukrela is a bit, I think the boy is Hall. Lewis Hall is taking that space, and he played very well today. I think that's the future of Chelsea. Kukrela, if he can't improve, that's going to be a problem for him. So, bottom line, Potter has the squad. He has the players who can beat, who can win against any other side that is mid-table. But I think he's getting it tactically correct. His selection of the team is wanting. Now you have Zakaria, who is out for injury. You look at it this way. Look at Jorginho. Jorginho came in at some point after Zakaria, and the game, he really controlled the game. He really controlled the game. He became a leader on the pitch, talking to players, doing everything, like trying to organize the team and motivating the team. He's a leader. He may be having some dressing room issue with Jorginho. Probably that's why he's on the bench.
Okay, thank you.
Usikose kuponyeza kile kidude cha subscribe na ujue tunakupenda.